All right, people. It is a story time. Okay, hold on. Let me get mentally prepared for this because this one's a bit fucked. I mean, not really, but it's up there. Let me just start off by saying this. If you're eating, stop eating. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. Stop eating. If you are grossed out by bodily fluids, this story time might not be for you. So, okay, the title suggests, yes, what would you do for a Pokemon card? Back when I was a kid in my elementary school, Pokemon cards were still the absolute shit. This is not something that I ever regret doing. I'm so fucking glad that I did what I'm about to share to you guys. I'm so fucking glad that I did, but at the same time, it's pretty fucking gross. People at my age who grew up with Pokemon cards, some of us have like a couple of stories of things that we've done for Pokemon cards to get Pokemon cards from our friend. This story is exactly that. I was 11 years old and I did have a childhood best friend. His name was Sam, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. And he had a lot of Pokemon cards, and I had a lot of Pokemon cards. So every once in a while, we'd always trade with each other. I grew up in North Arizona, and in North Arizona, there's this town called Sedona. And everybody in Northern Arizona goes to Sedona every once in a while during the summertime to kind of hang out at the creek. Because Sedona, there's a giant creek that literally just goes right through fucking Sedona. This place was always awesome. Like, you could literally just drive down the entire creek, park at any point of the creek, and just get out of your car, go to the creek, and then just lay in the creek. This one weekend, I'm with my elementary school best friend, and we're going to Sedona with his mother. Okay, it's just the two of us and his mom, and she's driving us, duh, because we're 11. The whole time we're driving down, we kind of bring our Pokemon cards because we always like to trade Pokemon cards with each other. You know, we always like to look at each other's Pokemon cards like, oh, that's a cool card. Oh, I have to check out this cool card that I have, you know? Do you want to trade? I want that card. I'll give you this card. This was normal. This was an absolute staple for people my age back almost 15 years ago. This was a normal thing. This was a normal occurrence in my elementary school. Everybody would always trade Pokemon cards. We would get down and fucking dirty trading Pokemon cards. If a kid wanted a card from someone else, that kid would find the fucking way to get that card. So we're driving down, okay? We're driving down, we're just looking at each other's Pokemon cards, we're talking, we're having a great fucking time, okay? He has one Pokemon card that I really wanted. He had the Gen 1 holographic Cloyster, okay? And this was also before a time where monetary value was prevalent. We didn't give a shit about how much a card cost. What mattered was if it was holographic and if it was a cool looking Pokemon. Gen 1 Cloyster was a cool looking Pokemon, and I wanted it. I wanted it, not because it was possibly worth a lot, but just because it was a cool Pokemon card. That's how you traded in elementary school when I was 11 years old, 15 years ago. That's how we traded Pokemon cards. It was not for fucking value. Value was not, the only value that was placed on these Pokemon cards was purely aesthetic. We would hide underneath the slides and trade Pokemon cards. All the kids, we would huddle around because they were banned from our school, because all the kids would get so distracted with these. We would huddle around underneath the slide and be like, all right, you got that Charizard? Yeah, here we go. All right, let me get that Espeon. Yeah, trading for your Tyranitar. Yeah. We were fucking drug dealers with Pokemon cards. It was so fucking stupid. And we would stick these motherfuckers in our pocket. We didn't sleeve them up either. We would legit grab out. I had Pokemon cards as a kid that now would be worth thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking dollars. I'd put this shit in my pocket. I'd straight up like, give me that fucking Gen 1 Charizard, back pocket for the rest of the day, and hell, I might even get home, forget that it was in my pocket, and wear it to school the next fucking day. Maybe it'd get creased. Who cares? Maybe the corners would fucking get bent and the holographic shit would get scratched off. Nobody gave a fuck. And now you just want to sit back and go, oh, motherfucker, why didn't I take care of my shit? Well, because you were a child and you didn't fucking know better. Money doesn't exist to a fucking teenager under the age of 14. Except now it kind of does because it's just everywhere. But back in the day, no, not at all. So we're in Sedona now, okay? And Sam has a holographic cloister that I want. And now I'm not like, I want it. Like, I was willing to do anything for it. And I told him this. I said, Sam, what do you want to trade for that card? Nothing. I want this card. I will trade you anything for that card. I don't want any of your cards, you fucking bitch. I want to keep it. I would do anything for that card. Anything? Anything. Take a shit in the creek. Bet. So that's what Sam wanted me to do. He wanted me to drop a fucking shit in the creek, in a public creek, a creek that spans an entire town. But I wanted this card. I really, really wanted this card. So I actually, if I recall correctly, at that age, I didn't hesitate. He said, take a shit in the creek. And I basically responded, all right, where? You point where you want me to go, I'll go. And mind you, by the time I actually already took a shit, we've already been there for like a couple hours. This was like at the tail end of this entire trip. We're trying to get to a point where there's no people, where nobody sees us. But it's a weekend in Sedona during the summertime. There are people everywhere. There's people everywhere. There's hundreds of people fucking everywhere. There's families everywhere. There are kids our age running around being dickheads everywhere. So there was not a single part of this creek that wasn't occupied. At this point, we don't even try. We accept the fact that there's people everywhere, so we kind of just have to find like this little divot where we can be lucky enough to where not a single person will see me. Us, because Sam was worried too. Sam was gonna be, no, that's how much of a fucking asshole he was. Sam basically sent me to go take a shit in the creek. He walked with me for a little bit to go try to find like a good spot, but as soon as we realized, okay, there's just people everywhere, but we're far away enough to where no one's gonna really notice an 11-year-old dropping his pants and taking a shit in the creek. So we're kind of far away. We're far away enough to where that's at first glance, someone's not gonna think that's what we're doing. So we finally found like a plate, like a little like alcove, okay? And Sam says, all right, go. I'm gonna be right here watching. I'm like, no, you gotta come with me. So I'm not gonna do this by myself. And Sam's like, no. You want my card. So I tell you what to do. Go over there. I can see you from here. Go over there, take a shit, and then come back, and then we'll talk. As soon as he said talk, I'm like, what, no, what? No. No, I do this and I get it. I do this and it's mine. That cloister, that holographic Gen 1 cloister is mine. There's none of that talk, no. I'll look around one more time. I make sure that there's like nobody coming through the shrubbery and whatnot, about to like sneak up on me essentially. But I see there's some people over there. There's some people over there. And there's people over there. As long as I'm away from Sam's mom, as long as Sam's mom doesn't see me, I think I was okay. All right, I was okay, because I really didn't give a shit if some random person saw me. But if his mom saw me, that means my parents are gonna know. And if my parents are gonna know, that means I'm in some deep shit. Pun intended. Coast is clear. I drop my pants. I squat over the water, and I let it rip. I drop a mean old fucking turd. But here's the problem though. And here's the actual fucking problem. I did have to go do this shit. I did have to go take a shit. So what I wanted initially was to just drop a turd and then pull my pants up and leave. But like, I was there and I'm like, well, I gotta poop, like a lot. So I might as well. So I kept going. I kept going because I had to go. I wasn't gonna just cut it off. I had to go, so I kept going. And off in the distance, I hear Sam laughing his fucking ass off because he expected the same thing that I initially thought. He expected me to just drop one small little turd and then just go. I kept pooping. This was like an actual bathroom break for me. And so now I hear him in the distance. This is what I hear. Like a stupid high-pitched laugh like that. And I'm losing my shit now. pun intended, oh my god, I'm losing my shit now because he's laughing hysterically and now he's drawing attention. So I'm making sure, I'm trying to get this out of the fucking way. I'm trying to make sure, I'm not trying to like speed this shit up because now he's fucking laughing and everybody's looking. So I'm just, I push as hard as I can. I push as hard as I can. And then I don't wipe. I don't wipe because I'm also 11 years old and 11-year-olds don't fucking wipe their ass. So I get to a point where I'm done. I'm done pooping. I lift up my pants and I run. I run. I try to run away. I run straight to Sam so that at least if people were looking at him laughing, they were not paying attention to me. So I kind of just walk up to him like, I'm like, ha 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 ha, what are we laughing about? Ha ha ha. So we start walking back to the car, all right? Because the Pokemon cards are in the car. So we start walking back to the car and Sam doesn't actually definitively say anything after the fact. He's still laughing. He's still laughing. He's laughing at me. I bet at this point I'm just like, all right, it's done. You can stop laughing now. The shit has left the building. We're trying to get back to the car. We're trying to get back to his mom because his mom at this point is going to be worried and is going to try to is going to start looking for us. Little did we know, she did that like 3 fucking minutes ago. She started looking for us. So we all get to the car now, and Sam's mom goes, I saw what you did. What? She said, she doesn't say it specifically, but she says like, I saw what you did in the creek. Sam's right next to me, dying, hysterically laughing. He's just, he can't hold it in. He's laughing his ass off because I'm getting reamed by his fucking mom for taking a shit in the creek. But remember when I said we were gone for long enough to where she would start looking for us? No, she already did start looking for us, and she saw me taking a shit in the fucking creek. So yeah, I'm now in the car, embarrassed as hell because Sam's mom saw me poop in the creek. And while Sam is dying of laughter, he passes me the cloister. I did it. I got the card. As soon as I had that card in my hand, it was all worth it.